निरन्धस्य शलाकया चक्षुर्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितां तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमः विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। So we were studying according to Srimad Bhagavatam, uh, who is the Uttama Bhakta. Bhagavatam glorifies the most advanced devotees like Sarva Bhuteshu Yah Pashyed Bhagavad Bhavam Atmanah Bhutani Bhagavati Atmani Esha Bhagavatottamaha. The most advanced devotee sees within everything the soul of all souls, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. Consequently, he sees systematically everything in relationship to the Supreme Lord and understands that everything that exists is eternally situated within the Lord. This is given in Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, 2nd chapter, 45th verse. The great devotees, Mahabhagavatas' vision is not simply theoretical, but is a consequence of eyes anointed with the salve of the pure love of Krishna, Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena. That's Brahma Samhita 538. When Prahlad Maharaj's father Hiranyakashipu asked Prahlad where Lord Vishnu was living, the boy saint replied that the Lord was everywhere, in the pillar of the palace. And this belief, the demon struck the pillar to substantiate that his Uttam Bhakta saw him everywhere. Krishna, in the form of Nrsingadev, appeared from the pillar and killed Hiranyakashipu. The less advanced devotees often misunderstand the vision of Mahabhagavatas, thinking that such great souls see Krishna's form at every moment. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains that special significance of the word Pashyed, one must see, is the verse quoted above. The This was also similar instructions of Lord Kapil Dev to Devhuti. We are given an exercise to see the Lord is sitting as Paramatma everywhere by performance of deity worship. Otherwise, with our limited sense perception, if we do not see the Lord within the deity, then that is supposed to be a very hellish mentality. We must cultivate the eyes anointed with the salve of love and see Paramatma sitting in every atom, whether dead atom or live atom. Live atom is Atma, dead atom is material element. But in every element is a dynamism of Paramatma is there. Even science is befooled why there is so much energy within an atom, dead atom. They say, let's try to interfere the structure of the dead atom, and it will release so much energy. That is the atom bomb. Krishna is showing the immenseness of his potency, both material as well as spiritual. Devotees are not interested for disaster. Devotees are well-wisher for everyone. They will not be engaged in service of making an atom bomb, thinking this is Krishna's energy, let's use it to kill others. No. You have no access. If you love Krishna, certainly you will love everyone. Of course, you may not be able to appreciate their ignorance, doesn't mean that they have no right to exist in the creation. Everyone has been given an ahar, nidra, bhai, maithun. You can't interfere in their life. Because the higher principle of spiritual potency within that atomic soul, that we are supposed to be looking into as a devotee. Therefore, devotee is non-violent. And Kapil Dev says, yes, how would you become non-violent? If you treat the deity in the highest respectful awe and reverence and serve them, they are not different than Lord Shri Krishna, because that attitude has to be cultivated in deity worship. And similarly, we have to reflect that spiritual growth to the congregation. We can't differentiate between the deity form and the congregation's live body forms, because both in the deity Paramatma is situated, as well as in the living entity Paramatma is situated. Remember, therefore, our reminder for respecting every individual by calling Namaste. The common denominator is Paramatma, so you address, I bow down my head, offering obeisances to the super soul situated in your body. Namaste. Te means that. Te doesn't mean you. You'll become puffed up. Oh, look, he is bowing down before me. Foolish. That is not the correct understanding. Then we are taught, always respect your elders. Go and practice, But is the respect only limited to the elders? If you respect elders, you will be able to respect everybody So right from childhood, this sanskar of respecting elders are given because everybody is elder than us. Because we are still kids. So in spiritual life, how long we should remain like kids? All the instructions are similar to be applied, but this application is for realization, and we should make definite progress. So we'll be able to understand the Paramatma Tattva, you know. The Acharya says, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that pure devotees are at the stage at which they are able to see Krishna's form at will. But it is not that they literally see Krishna's form at every moment. Otherwise, if only those who see Krishna's form constantly are the topmost devotees, then Narada, Vyasa, Sukadeva, who did not always see Lord Krishna's physical form, would be inferior. This conclusion would be false. So, Santa Sadaiva Radeshu Vilokanti. Sadaiva Radeshu Vilokanti, because he is established within his heart, so he cannot forget. Not forgetting Krishna for a moment is the cardinal principle of all the religion. You know, whatever process you do is so strongly just to remember Lord Krishna. The point is that to think literary Sadaiva Radesho Vilokanti, literary means he sees Krishna everywhere. I gave you the example of Srila Prabhupada also. Srila Prabhupada, are you devotees are telling that you are seeing Lord Shri Krishna? Have you seen Lord Krishna? To a non-believer, Prabhupada's answer was that, why should I tell you? But a qualified devotee may say the same. And Prabhupada responded to him, yes, I'm seeing Krishna everywhere. This is the situation of Mahabhagavats. But does it literally mean that he sees Krishna everywhere? Yes, he understands through the potency aspect, and the potent will be there. That is also one way to understand what it means, Sadaiva Vilokayanti. So, like that. As explained earlier, Jiva Goswami points out that when topmost devotees preach, they act on the immediate platform of advancement. In this way, they can distinguish those who are eligible for devotion from those who are not. Otherwise, however, the topmost devotees also retain their vision of Krishna as all-pervading. And this sets them apart from the intermediate devotees, not so advanced. Mahabhagavats may also be recognized by their extraordinary ability to spread Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada is the perfect example of such topmost devotee preacher, because Krishna blessed him with such supernatural power. Prabhupada inspired and gave success to intermediate devotees, empowering them to also elevate neophytes to the intermediate platform. And out of love for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, for whom he would go to hell, Srila Prabhupada engaged all grades of devotees in preaching work. He thus successfully purified the polluted mentality of many souls who falsely thought this world is to be separate from Krishna. And this is in a letter to Jadurani, near Vrindavan, 4th September 1972. So we were also looking into the 26 qualities of pure devotee, Uttamadhikari. And through Krishnadas Kaviraj cites Lord Chaitanya's description of the 26 transcendental qualities of pure Vaishnavas. And they are Kripalu, Akritadroha, Satyasara, Sama, Nidosha, Vadanya, Mrudu, Suchi, Akinchana, Sarvopakaraka, Shanta, Krishnaika Sharana, Akama, Aniha, Sthira, Vijita, Shadguna, Mitabhuk, Apramatta, Manada, Amani, Gabir, Karuna, Maitra, Kavi, Daksha, Mauni. These 26 qualities were elaborately described in Chaitanya Charitamrita. And we saw that out of these 26 qualities, one principal quality, the surrender to Krishna, Krishnaika Sharanam, distinguishes, pure devotees from Mayavadis. All others are secondary traits. The primary trait for a devotee that he must be surrendered, soul surrendered to Krishna only and nobody else. So there starts the firm faith. So devotees should not be surprised when they see the secondary qualities present in non-devotees. And they should especially not be critical of the absence of such qualities in neophyte devotees. This mentality is offensive to Vaishnavas. Even neophyte will be having endowed with some inherent secondary qualities. They may not be firmly fixed in the primary quality of surrender. So similarly, the Mayavadis, they come and visit our temples, but with a different intention, not to surrender to Krishna, but they will exhibit 25 qualities, but for aggrandizement without taking shelter, utter shelter at the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. We do not touch them. Krishna is very kind to those who are trying to cultivate the king of these qualities, surrender to Krishna, and because it illuminates the heart and one bows at the Lord's lotus feet and says, I am yours. So this is the only quality that will qualify us to claim that I belong to Krishna and nobody else. Krishna is very kind and affectionate towards his devotees. He reciprocates in kind with surrender of his servants, fulfill their desires for pure devotion, and makes them forget their attraction to the material life. Why? How? In this way, Krishna accepts the fully surrendered servant as confidential associate Atmasama and awakens good fortune on the horizon of their endless wandering. And those who are trying to become very firmly fixed in utter shelter of Lord Shri Krishna, but they had some other ulterior desires still lingering in the heart, and they may become despondent in performing pure devotional service. So to such people, Krishna says, Yasyaham anugrahanami harishyatadhanam sanai. He will take all the material opulence and make him bereft so he can take utter shelter. That is Krishna's mercy, anugraha. Krishna's anugraha to give an opportunity that such a devotee, however advanced he may be, but have some material attachment, Krishna will take it away forcefully, and it is not a cruel situation, but anugraha comes in the form of giving full protection, guarantees, and everything. So, what we call, if you give a little finger to Lord Krishna to hold you, but Krishna is such a person, he will hold your wrist and pull you so fast that you will be surprised, but you will not be bereft of mercy of Krishna that is always pleasing, and ultimately there will not be regret, but we thank, oh, thank you, Krishna, you pulled me out. तेषां समुद्धर्ता मृत्यु संसार सागरात भवामि न चिरात पार्थ यावेशित चेतसाम. It will be a quick, expeditingly liberating. So those who are constantly trying, don't be surprised that how come you are becoming advanced so fast, or how come you are putting so much your life at risk and serve Lord Krishna and his pure devotee. Don't be surprised. Krishna will pull you out without your knowledge even. That is his very, very kind and affectionate. So in conclusion, yesterday we saw as Vaishnavas advance through the stages of devotion, they are either neophyte, intermediate, or advanced. Pure devotees who labor under the bodily concept of life and who practice unsteady devotion are known as neophytes. Devotees who are fixed in philosophical understanding and who have steady devotion, trace the attachment, are known as intermediates, and the devotees who have spiritual vision are known as advanced or transcendentalists. Now, further discussion on devotees' qualification and advancement. In the previous two sections mentioned was first made by qualification for pure devotion, adhikar, and then of the level of advancement amongst devotees. Both classifications are divided into three, and these three divisions are named Kanishta, Madhyam, and Uttama in both cases. Although technically these two classifications speak about different things, and qualification for practicing different levels of devotion and advancement in devotion itself. Srila Prabhupada, with the exception of the following statement, equates the two in his teachings. In the purport of the verse beginning with Rati Prema Taratanya, 14th, that is Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, 22nd chapter, 71st verse. In the purport to the verse beginning with Rati Prema Taratanya, Srila Prabhupada describes the two classifications as being distinct from one another in the following way. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has stated that if one has developed faith in Krishna consciousness, he is to be considered an eligible candidate for further advancement in Krishna consciousness. Obviously, those who have faith are divided into three categories: Uttama, Madhya, and Kanishta. First class, second class, and neophyte. A first class devotee has firm conviction in the revealed scriptures and is expert in arguing according to the Shastras. He is firmly convinced of the science of Krishna consciousness. The Madhyama Adhikari, or the second-class devotee, has firm conviction in Krishna consciousness but cannot support his conviction by citing Shastric references. The neophyte devotee does not yet have firm faith. In this way, the devotees are typed. The standard of devotion is also categorized in the same way. A neophyte believes that only love for Krishna or Krishna consciousness is very good, but he may not know the basis of pure Krishna consciousness or how one can become perfect devotee. Sometimes in the heart of a neophyte, there is attraction for karma, jnana, and yoga. When he is free and transcendental to mixed devotion activity. He becomes a second-class devotee when he becomes expert in logic and can refer to the Shastras. He becomes first-class devotee. The devotees are also described as positive, comparative, and superlative in terms of their love and attachment for Krishna. Hmm. Faith in Krishna is so attractive because he's all attractive by even transcendental features as well as physical features. Krishna was the most lovable entity in Vrindavan, and everybody was made after him. So even if somebody is physically attracted, not by shastric evidence or their realization, they may still be counted as those who are having say beginning of the faith in Krishna. And Lord Krishna is very tricky. But only their experience and the exposure to Krishna through Avaishnava Mukhodgirinad Harikathan Kartavyam Nasmartavyamiti. They will be confronted. Oh, I know Krishna right from my birth. Oh, I have attended so many festivals and we did almost the same thing. You guys are not doing anything different. So he may be superficially, uh, you know, resisting the understanding. So such person is neophyte. But Krishna is more trickier than our, endeavors to make him a devotee. Just exposure to our being devotees will be productive if we behave very sympathetic to him, or what we call Kripalu, just become benevolent, not to succumb his ideology, but to consolation to his neophyteness. And we try to promote him, engaging him in Krishna's service. So Krishna himself takes charge of such neophyte devotee to push them up, and they will follow because they won't see any comparable system of verification of his faith, systematically. So he will put more trust in the perfect process that we are given through pure devotees like Rupa Goswami. What is important is that Krishna takes charge of his devotee, whether neophyte or the advanced devotee. Advanced devotee is also said that he has not read Srila Prabhupada's books much, but he is trying his best. And so if he reads, he will remember. Then he will use the absolute truth spoken through the mouth of Srila Prabhupada, written down, chalked down in the form of, Bhaktivedanta purports. He will be able to invoke the mercy of Krishna as an advanced mercy. So ultimately, even if he is not able to defend in Madhyamadhikari level to extol the supremacy of Krishna consciousness, he will become gradually, uplifted through Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav programs. And then he will come to the topmost level and will be entrusted because he knows how to respond the questions related to Lord Shri Krishna through Shastra by quoting the verses and explain them. It's not that he speaks like a parrot. Even if you are reciting like a parrot, Krishna can trick you to look into the meaning of it. So even if you are misusing a quote, which is not related to the subject matter, somebody may correct you. And you said, yes, sorry, it was a slip of tongue. Instead of this sloka, I spoke that. But he will be educated. So Srila Prabhupada says, if you perform Bhakti Vedanta, you will be eligible to initiate all over the world. It's not that JBC is against in initiating. No, JBC is very careful and need that such preacher must be protected, whether he's a male body or a female body. In due course of time, Krishna will put him. It's not an artificial thing that a bookworm is going to become fully realized pure devotee. No, he has opportunity, but he has to know how to fly. He has to know how to defend himself. And that is the life of Uttamadhikari. It's not a status quo business. So Prabhupada is translating the Sanskrit term for materialistic devotee, a person who is very faithfully engaged in worship of the deity in the temple, but does not know how to behave towards devotees or people in general, is called Prakrita Bhakta or Kanishtadhikari. When we engage such devotees for deity worship, just to stop the gap of qualified devotees to worship, but then we know the result. Please listen, this is exactly said in Srimad Bhagavatam 11th canto, 2nd chapter, 47th verse, as well as in 7th canto, 14th chapter, 39th verse, purport also there. That is, Devhuti Kapil is telling that a person who is faithfully engaged in the worship of the deity in the temple, but does not know how to behave towards devotees or people in general, is called Prakrita Bhakta or Kanishtadhikari. He also describes the intermediate devotee, that Madhyamadhikari is a devotee who worships the Supreme Personality of Godhead as the highest object of love, makes friends with Lord's devotees, is merciful to the ignorant and avoids those who are envious by nature. This is a Nectar of Instruction, 5th chapter, purport, page 47. Finally, in a purport in which he quotes from Bhagavatam the symptoms of the topmost devotee, he first writes, the neophyte and the intermediate devotees can gradually rise to the platform of Uttamadhikari and become first-class devotee. That is also said in Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, 16th chapter, 74th verse, purport. This leaves no doubt that Srila Prabhupada uses the word adhikari to denote devotees who have achieved a stage of spiritual advancement. His translation of the following verse, already quoted earlier, offers a final and comprehensive example. Shraddhavan janahaya bhakti adhikari uttama madhya kanishta shraddha anusari. A faithful devotee is truly eligible candidate for loving service of the Lord. According to one's faith, one is classified as topmost devotee, an intermediate devotee, or an inferior devotee. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, 22nd chapter, 64th verse. Thakur Bhakti Vinod makes similar but more specific correlation between the qualification of pure devotion and the stages of the devotional service in practice. He writes, when pure faith appears, one becomes Kanishtha when one executes the limbs of devotional service in practice, such as hearing, chanting, remembering, and when by influence of Vaishnava association, one becomes free from unwanted habits and his faith becomes dense and transforms into nishtha, one develops the madhyamadhikari or intermediate qualification for pure devotion. By the further pursuance of the activities of devotion, one's nishtha intensifies and assumes the form of ruchi, taste. The sadhak in the home such ruchi has developed is called the Uttamadhikari. The Bhakti Tattva Vivek, chapter 4, pages 41 to 42. So we can see that Nishthavan stage is what we call liberation stage from the modes of material nature, attachment to the material object. You become, endowed with inspiration to perform pure devotional service. That stage is nishtha. But then he is given opportunity to, increase the taste, a pure taste. That is ruchi. Ruchi means taste. I generally say that up to the level of anartha nivrutti, we are advancing because of sweetness in the process. But we are not enjoying because it has anarthas. They are like sand pebbles in the sweet rice. It stops you enjoying, even the sweetness is there. So these anarthas, when they are removed and you enter into pure devotional service, the stage called nishtha means self-liberation, liberation from most of the unwanted anarthas that are putting us into the materialistic conception. Then even though some residual small particles of sand are there, but it does not hurt. It does not come in between. Then you start relishing like pure nectar. So this is the comparison on that. By the further pursuance of activities of devotion, one's nishtha intensifies and assumes the form of ruchi, the taste. The sadhak in whom the ruchi has developed is called uttamadhikari. If you have ruchi, you are coming in the category of uttamadhikari. Bhakti Tattva Vivek by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, chapter 4, text number 41 and 42. So, according to both acharyas, that is Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, even Srila Prabhupada and Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Kanistha Adhikari qualifies devotees for beginning stage of devotion from faith to unsteady devotional service practice. In other words, Kanishta Adhikaris are Kanishta Bhaktas. Madhyam Adhikaris qualify devotees for steady devotional service, and devotees also so situated are Madhyam Bhaktas. And only the Uttam Adhikari who do devotees attain the spiritual platform from to become Uttam Bhaktas. However, Bhaktivinoda Thakur also specifies Uttamadhikari as the requirement for Madhyam Bhaktas to attain the stage to taste the attachment, taste and attachment. The following table summarizes this correlation. Okay. Adau Shraddha Tato Sadhu Sangha Bhajana Kriya. That will be unsteady devotion. But Anartha Nivrutti means purifying the bad habits. Then it comes steady devotion. Tato Nishtha, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhav, and Prem. That is taste, attachment, ecstasy, and love. So, a Kanistha Adhikari works at the level up to purifying the bad habits, Anartha Nivrutti. And steady devotion is for Madhyam Adhikari. And the taste and attachment continues. Then he becomes Uttamadhikari, where ecstasy means bhav and love is developed. There is another understanding that Madhyamadhikari is the same status when one has steady devotion. Then, Hare Krishna. After Madhyamadhikari, when you are looking into taste, attachment, ecstasy, and love, it qualifies you to be considered as Uttamadhikari. So both the acharyas are almost the same in the sequential up to the steady devotion, Madhyamadhikari. One important conclusion can be drawn from this description of relationship between qualification and for advancement in devotion. To achieve loving devotion, one certainly must have the highest qualification by faith and knowledge, Uttamadhikari. But one who has attained the highest qualification has not necessarily attained the highest stage of love and attachment for Krishna, that is Mahabhagavat. So, Uttamadhikari and Mahabhagavat are again not the same, but Mahabhagavat is a stage. Thus, an Uttamadhikari may still be a conditioned soul at the stage of taste or attachment, asakti, ruchi asakti. In other words, an Uttamadhikari is not automatically an Uttam Bhakta. He or she may simply be an advanced Madhyam Bhakta. Good filtration. To clarify, a person must have excellent business sense to become a millionaire, But just because a person has excellent business sense doesn't necessarily make him a millionaire. The qualification to gather wealth is one thing, and actual possession of wealth is another. Now we are looking into about the spiritual masters. The above conclusion can be applied to help devotees resolve long-standing controversy. Does one need to be a Mahabhagavat to be a spiritual master? Many devotees answer yes, based on Srila Prabhupada's statement in the purport to verse 5 of Nectar of Instruction. One should not become a spiritual master unless he has attained the platform of Uttamadhikar. That is the quotation. However, by now, it should be clear that Uttamadhikari may be either a conditioned soul at the stage of taste or attachment, or fully liberated soul at the stage of ecstasy and love. In either case, Uttamadhikari are ideally situated to be spiritual masters because they have the highest qualification in terms of faith and knowledge, and thus they cannot be deviated by the arguments of non-devotees, nor bearing exceptions, circumstances, do they fall down. Srila Prabhupada and Bhaktivinoda Thakur would say that this Uttamadhikari Vaishnavas can be recognized by their ability to convert many fallen souls to Krishna consciousness, the primary duty of a spiritual master. This is the criteria. They may not be Uttamadhikari, but they are expert in convincing a neophyte devotee to take up the advanced process. Of course, it is preferable for spiritual master to be perfected devotees. Because Mahabhagavats have greater spiritual potency, they are able to infuse their followers with strong faith. But a world where perfected devotees are rare, and where Lord Chaitanya expects all devotees to preach, practitioners with the topmost qualification may also serve as gurus. Furthermore, to fulfill Lord Chaitanya's desire, Srila Prabhupada envisioned that the world needed millions of gurus. This is in a lecture, Srimad Bhagavatam, 6th canto, 1st chapter, 21st verse, in Honolulu, on Honolulu, 21st May 1976. His divine grace envisaged that in the spiritual emergency caused by Kali Yuga, even less qualified devotees, Madhyamadhikaris and Kanishtadhikaris, may also act as spiritual masters. Still, it is a fact that their weaker faith and inferior learning handicap these gurus' attempt to guide their disciples. Srila Prabhupada writes, a neophyte Vaishnava or a Vaishnava situated on the intermediate platform can also accept disciples, but such disciples may be on the same platform, and it should be understood that they cannot advance very well towards the ultimate goal of life under the insufficient guidance. This is in Nectar of Instruction, verse 5th, purport, page number 55. Thus, although a blind uncle is better than no uncle, Prabhupada warns discerning devotees to be careful to accept the Uttamadhikari as spiritual master. Devotees are often apprehensive about judging a Vaishnava's qualification and advancement. Is such scrutiny not offensive? They ask. Not according to Srila Prabhupada's comment above, and not according to Rupa Goswami's advice in the 5th verse of Sri Upadeshamrita. In fact, such refined description or discrimination is recommended, and both acharyas advise that devotees cultivate it while always showing appropriate respect to all kinds of Vaishnavas. It is a mistake to automatically accept anyone who serves in the capacity of initiating spiritual master as an Uttamadhikari or Mahabhagavat. Unfortunately, it is an error that is both widespread and even encouraged in ISKCON. The successive fall down of senior gurus is evidence that the devotees exalted by wishful thinking may not be exalted at all. Spiritual masters do not become perfect souls by dint of their serving as initiating gurus. Neither do they become perfect simply because they are supported by zealous neophyte devotees or disciples. The only indication of a devotee's degree of advancement is the presence of the discernible qualities that have systematically been described in the scriptures. Therefore, one should evaluate Vaishnava in general and spiritual master in particular by the presence or absence of these qualities. Srila Rupa Goswami advises devotees to use their intelligence to distinguish between the Kanishtadhikari, Madhyamadhikari, and Uttamadhikari. Such discrimination will help them select a suitable spiritual master. It will also help them execute their own position and avoid imitating devotees on the higher platform. The duty of all devotees who aspire for perfection is to seriously practice devotional service and raise their qualification to the topmost level. This is what it means to cultivate Anushilanam, Krishna consciousness. Krishna glorifies the devotees' untiringly quest for perfection with these encouraging words. Kama krodha viyuktanstam yatinam yata chetasam abhito brahma nirvanam vartate viditatmanam. So those who are free from anger and all material desires, who are self-realized, self-disciplined, and constantly endeavoring for perfection, are assured of liberation and supreme in the very near future. Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter number 5, text number 26. Kama Krodha Vyuktans Nam Yatinam Yat Chetasam Abhito Brahma Nirvanam Vartate Viditatmanam. Those who are free from anger and all material desires, who are self-realized, self-disciplined, and constantly endeavoring for perfection, are assured of liberation in the supreme and very near future. So this is the solace, and I think it is very technical in answering the Ritvik also. We have to follow in disciplic succession the opinion of our predecessor acharyas regarding pure devotional service and inspiration in performing devotional service, encouraging them to come in the fold. They are at little different stages anyway. There is also one element that there is no difference between initiating spiritual master and instructing spiritual master. It can be either. But both are required to make definitive progress in the spiritual life. I always respect my God brothers like Gaur Govind Maharaj. and Shivaram Maharaj. He also, Shivaram Maharaj also, is very thankful to Gaur Govind Maharaj to enter into the intrinsic aspect of the devotional service. Advanced devotee can do that and can write literatures to guide the people. They are instructing spiritual masters. So the thoughtful rendition of the details in the devotional service with reference to context are always our support, even though we may be initiated by a neophyte devotee. There is no reason that we cannot cultivate, Vaishnava qualities to honor him, glorify him. This is exactly, Bhaktivinoda Thakur also said. He was initiated by a caste Goswami, Bipin Chandra Goswami, and according to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj, he was not qualified to become a spiritual master to highly exalted Bhaktivinoda Thakur. We are reminded that when Bipin Chandra Goswami came, Bhaktivinoda offered his obeisances, and Vimal Chandra, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj, he was watching. So he saw that Bipin Chandra Goswami put his feet on the head of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And he was very much, disturbed. So when Bhaktivinoda Thakur went in the house to get him water and this and that, Bhaktivinoda was not aware that what is transpiring between these two, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, even Bimal at that time, not initiated, he spoke to Bipin Chandra, do you know on whose head did you put your foot? Do you know who is he? Oh my God, that was kind of shock to Bipin Chandra. So when Bhaktivinoda Thakur came and Bipin Chandra, Bipin Goswami spoke to him, this is your son. He's so audacious to tell me that, do I know you? On whose head I have put my foot? And Bhaktivinoda Thakur, chastised Bimal Chandra just to appease. So anyway, that is his outlook. But nonetheless, Bhaktivinoda Thakur has Jagannath Das Babaji, his instructing spiritual master, to continue the purity of disciplic succession. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur was very strict with his son, who was so audacious, but he was right in his, but he was technically not initiated at that time. So when he grew up further, he was told to go and get initiated by Gaurkishore Das Babaji Maharaj. And Babaji was rejecting him all the time, or you are a great Pandit, you do not require, and I'm a very poor soul, I cannot initiate you. How many times Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj was rejected? Then Bhakti Vinod became very angry. You go for the last time, okay? And tell if Babaji is not going to initiate me, then he will jump in. You will jump in Ganges and give up your life. Oh my God. So Bhakti Siddhanta came again with meek and humble situation. Please initiate me. If you say no, my father has already given me order to jump in the Ganges. Then Gaurkishore Das Babaji smiled and tell me, okay, go and take bath in the Ganges, but don't jump in and come back. I will initiate you. So he was initiated as Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj. So such exalted situations are at such extent, even it is trying circumstances. One may be theoretically right or practically right or spiritually right, yet Vaishnava etiquette demands certain norms of actions. There. Anybody has any question or comment? Hello. I know nobody's sleeping. Hey, Bo.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Prabhupada.
Yeah. Thank you, Maharaj, for so nicely explaining this. Maharaj, I was still trying to understand that aspect that Maharaj was writing, that we have Kanishta, Madhyama, and Uttama in terms of their what they are and in terms of their love. So is that both should be there to be at that particular level, or is it that in either case we clarify them in that position?
See, virtually there is no much greater difference in categorization according to the advancement. But Anartha Nivrutti is the last stage that we must work hard upon. If we read of all the anarthas in our life, then whether we are acting like spiritual master or not, there will be a gradation and protection because our system is perfect. That includes several types of spiritual masters. There is a protection. It is not a despair that after Srila Prabhupada left the body, there is nobody, a pure devotee. But they do not understand the pure devotional service. Even a neophyte can have pure faith. May be hidden, not expressible, but eventually he gets opportunity that his pure faith will make him advance. So I do not see much difference in categorization of pure devotee. A neophyte can also be pure devotee. And he may be exhibiting many symptoms right from the beginning. But in our comparison, oh, he has not been chanting 16 rounds with determination yet. He must also endeavor to rid off the anarthas, fine. So that takes little time in association of the devotees. You cannot remove your anarthas all alone by yourself unless and until we need the help from our fellow God brothers. So, if Prabhupada says that Nishtha, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhav, and Prem that are for Uttamadhikaris, there's nothing wrong in it. But on the other behalf, if Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, go ahead, only the after attachment to the subject, you will start getting different states of ecstasies. Anubhava, bhava, sthai bhava, they are yet to come, but that's okay. But they are all bhava stage. Everything is having a beginning and end, and the ultimate end is in culmination of prema, the love. And they are inseparable. If you have love, how can you prevent your ecstasies? How can you hide your ecstasies if you are really in love? After all, ecstasies at different level are the instruments of happiness. When Krishna was defeated and one was not able to repay to the love of gopis, na pareham, gopis enjoyed the ecstasy of separation more. So Krishna says, let your own viraha ecstasies of love of Godhead be your only solace. Isn't it? It means these tears are coming from the eyes. They are extra. If you laugh a lot, tears will also come. Artificially, if you laugh a lot, the tears will come in your eyes. But if you are really happy, that happiness will be like the squint of a syringe coming out from the eyes. Pichkari.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
So,
right. So you can understand the deepness of ecstasy is the real wealth of those who are in real love. Love without ecstasy is not love. Or it may be at the best one-way track. That is not love. It's a reciprocal thing. So the devotee, the gopis, they were victorious in loving Krishna, then they anticipated that much love from Krishna. He was defeated. So nobody beats the love of Lord Shri Krishna other than the gopis. Nobody can beat. And we are supposed to follow in their footsteps. So that is the perfection.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Which fellow Rasakya is there? Haribol.
Hare Krishna, Gurudev. Pranam, Shri Gurudev. Thank you for the katha. And Gurudev, in regards to the Diksha Guru and Siksha Guru, like that, in light of Shuddha Bhakti Chintamani, as Maharaj is saying, and also in light of Chaitanya Charitamrita, would you be able to say a few words, Gurudev?
Yes, Chaitanya Charitamritam teaches the highest realm of ecstasy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu because he is Radha Krishna, Nahi Anya. It surpasses even when the two bodies, two entities, Krishna and his internal potency manifested, can express. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu shows the highest of ecstasy within himself, being Krishna. Do you think Krishna is separable from Radharani? Originally, it says, originally Krishna was one. But Krishna was thinking, how does Radharani, there's three internal reasons for his appearance. Because if he can exhibit by combining both, he'll be able to taste what Radharani is tasting in him and why she was in so much love that surpasses his love. He wants to personally check. After all, Radharani is mine, but to enjoy her as a separate, entity then I will not be able to know how much deep attachment that she has and how much deeply she is loving more than me. She always remains victorious. What is in her? I want to taste myself. That is the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So naturally, Chaitanya Lila, whatever he exhibited, and especially in Gambhira, the last stage is enough to understand that becoming his own devotee. Lord Krishna is tasting both his attraction as well as Radharani's attraction. He was in looking for the pure devotee at the highest level of tasting this two rasas. He said he could not find it. He traveled all the way in South India. And South India also anticipated starting from Gujarat to Maharashtra and down. He went other way around. From South India, he went to Maharashtra and then Gujarat. Anyway, the position is that pure love of Godhead, which is the only treasure that everybody is hankering, but are misled by Maya to look into the external manifestation. It's always frustration because this is the ultimate of all religion, is love of Godhead. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's example is extremely important.
Thank you, Gurudev. And in regards to Diksha Guru and Siksha Guru, how to understand that and how to respect them?
Generally, a Siksha Guru becomes a Diksha Guru because it's a need. And if he's a preacher, he can guide. So when there is need, then they will be promoted. But there is also customary situation that even a guru's disciple may be senior as well as he can be also teaching, but he has to remain respectful until the spiritual master gives him the order to continue the legacy. So that is generalized system. But if one is increasing the capability, and he may suggest that one of his disciples is such and so much advanced, more than me, okay, I will stop initiating and let him start. So that was the situation. Jayadatta Swami appointed Kadam Kanan Maharaj, his own disciples, to initiate. But it lasted only some years. And when Kadam Kanan Maharaj left his body, Jayadatta Swami has to resume as a spiritual master again to take care of Kadam Kanan's disciples. So spiritual master is one, but we do categorization according to the need, means circumstances, what our spiritual master Srila Prabhupada desired. He wants hundreds and thousands of spiritual masters who can preach and inspire and initiate. Even a neophyte can initiate. Mark Pradarshak Guru, he just got initiated and he's preaching to his friends and they are inspired. Okay, let's also become, right? So there is no bar in such a thing, but only etiquette is to be observed.
Thank you, Gurudev. Thank you.
Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. Gurudev, if you have some time, I have a few questions today, not one. Is it okay to ask?
Go ahead.
My first question is a basic one. Sometimes when we like today, we came across how some people are superficially worshipping the Lord, like they claim to be worshippers of Lord Krishna. So I wanted to understand, why is it that they cannot take to the process of devotional service in a bona fide sampradaya? Is it because of lack of sukriti, or is it because of ego or personal agendas?
Ignorance
Okay.
can also cover ego then, or knowledge also covers ego then. People are discriminatory. They may be proud of their sampradaya than this sampradaya, but they may not advance. Neither their sampradaya is helping, neither he wants to accept a new sampradaya. So where is the question of advancement? One has to follow the disciplic succession. And these four regulative principles are governing, and chanting 16 rounds are governing. There is nothing else is governing. So if one is desirous to, advance, without a guile, he should take up the process which is perfect. Otherwise, he may be also misled to think that, oh, these people are following this guru. My guru was very perfect, and the process he has given is very perfect, and this guru is perfect. No, it's a wrong thinking. Otherwise, this is called personality cult. My guru is better than your guru. Guru is one, and ultimate guru is Krishna. So all the obligations are based on Guru Tattva, which is Krishna Tattva. So, Jai Krishna Tattva Vetta Sei Guru Hoy. Business is the same.
Yes, Gurudev. Yes, Guru Maharaj.
Next.
Sometimes they come to the temple regularly. They listen to attend lectures. They come every Sunday, and they keep coming for years. But still, they cannot accept the process. So
Because they are attached to prasadam. Not attached to hearing and chanting. That is the foundation.
Yes, Guru Maharaj.
Hearing and chanting is the foundation. Without that, they are not taking even the process seriously.
Yeah. Thank you, Gurudev.
To their material bodies.
Okay, it's clear now.
Okay.
And my next question is of like us devotees, sometimes we are engaging in everything, all the services at the temple. We go out for book distribution. We are very much active in service at the temple and following the 4 regulative principles, chanting and hearing. But still, that change of heart doesn't occur. And we do not get the taste to advance. And we still remain stuck at the neophyte level. So why is it so?
Yeah, because these anarthas are sand pebbles in sweet rice. We have to carefully remove them. So, uninterrupted enjoyment of sweet rice will be there.
Yeah. And we should also choose our association of devotees, right, Guru Maharaj? We should associate with more advanced devotees for us also to advance.
That's correct. If we want to advance, we have to associate with advanced devotees. You will not advance by associating with neophyte devotees.
Yes, Gurudev. Thank you.
Correct.
And my last question, Guru Maharaj, is in the recent years, there was a controversy since we were discussing about spiritual masters. So there was this controversy about female Diksha gurus. And I'm more on the conservative side right now, my level of understanding, but I don't know, like there was no resolution to that issue. And I wanted to know what you and Srila Prabhupada actually what are your decision on this issue? Because that's going to be something
I always
in
supported.
the future.
I always supported female Diksha Guru because
Okay.
the male and female are bodily conceptions, while the gurus are based on spiritual conceptions. Instructing spiritual master will be there. There is no objection there. But Diksha Guru means one who is empowering and connecting with the parampara, and at the same time taking the karma. Well, mother takes karma of a newborn child.
Yes.
A newborn child is also having the body made up of filth.
Right.
But she is willingly taking care and try to train up her child. This is the sanskaras are there,
Yes, Guru Maharaj. So our physical limitations, like our monthly cycle, isn't that a limitation for female
No,
gurus?
that is not Suchi. That's why Suchi has to be performed.
Okay,
Brahman
Guru
means
Maharaj.
Suchi, right?
Right.
If there is no Suchi, no Brahmanical traits will be there.
Yes, Gurudev. Thank you, Guru Maharaj.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Haribol.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, please accept my obeisance.
Jai.
Yes, what you say, I just want to give a comment. That is so true that, those who come to the temple, not everybody gets attracted. We have one person, he wears some saffron, and I think he's from Shiva Ashram in Melbourne. I've seen him coming for the Sunday feast, wearing saffron, very young, looks like not even a brahmachari, he just wears like a sannyasi cloth. He is attached to the Sunday feast. He is coming for the last maybe 8 years, 10 years.
She
He's
will,
got
she
nothing
will
to
go
do.
back home, back to Godhead, crawling on her stomach.
I see him. He comes. I can't even remember he has darshan of the deities, but he comes straight, go upstairs, have stomach pressure, and he smiles to everybody, and he goes back. I think he's from Shivashram, somewhere,
Anybody,
some Shiva devotee.
Artha
Yes, Guru Maharaj.
Jigyasu Gyani Chaturdasan. She must be from the 4 categories, right?
Yes, Guru Maharaj.
But
Now, one more thing is
Jnani,
after the.
she Maya Pradajnana, and not
Mhm.
Jnani, who is Uttamam. Gyan in this devotional service, she has primary faith only, not advanced faith.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
She may
Yes,
be
Guru Maharaj. And then
meditating impersonal aspect in personalities. Why don't she look into her own body then?
I think no philosophy goes into them anyway. And then post-COVID, after 22, our Saturday feast and Sunday feast has become almost double or tripled. So from 150, what we used to get 150 maximum 200. Now every Saturday's feast and Sunday feast in Melbourne is around 500 to 600. It's
Okay.
just increased like anything. So people are
Prabhupada,
just getting
smile
attracted.
and give them prasadam.
Yes, Guru Maharaj.
Show by your own personal example, and they will be eventually all right.
Yes, Guru Maharaj. Yes. Yeah, all Prabhupas and then all the disciples of Prabhupas, sincerely serving. Yeah. We are also getting inspired. Yes, thank you, Guru Maharaj. Hare
Hare.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. Maharaj,
Yeah.
just wanted to ask a question. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj, when he set out our Guru Parampara, the list that is there, he said Siksha is the main aspect, and that's how he set up. And he also gave the example of how Bhakti Vinod Thakur considered Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj as his main guru, although he was initiated by Bipin Chandra Goswami. So, in terms of our daily lives, how do we look at this? Is that anybody who gives us any information in regards to our journey in our spiritual life is our Siksha Guru, or is this a more formalized approach that we need to take to?
No.
How do we look at this, Maharaj?
Phalena Parichiyate. Our introduction is on the basis of the result. So whichever is beneficial in our life, disciplic succession, Siksha Guru also continues the disciplic succession. Just like Bhaktivinoda Thakur's, his Siksha Guru was Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, who was more liberated and instructing spiritual master. We do not say Bipin Chandra Goswami is our in disciplic succession. No. Of course, Diksha Guru bears the weight more than that of Siksha Guru. That is correct. But in time and circumstances, when there is emergency, Srila Prabhupada can empower even a neophyte devotee. To take up the responsibilities of a guru. Boiling the milk is the phenomena that should also simultaneously go. It should be continued.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Haribol. Anything else, Prabhus? Hello. Where is Asitaradhya? Is there?
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, Dandavat Pranam.
Jai.
I am at the airport, about to board the flight to go to Delhi. 7 દિવસ માટે દિલ્હી જાઉં છું, એટલે વૃંદાવન જવું છે.
Okay.
મેં કટકે આખો ક્લાસ સાંભળ્યો while I was
So you are at the airport?
Yes, I am at the airport. I am at the Pune airport, catching a flight to go to Delhi.
Okay. How much time do you have?
I
to board
have,
the plane?
Guru Maharaj, my flight is at 8:40. So,
Yeah.
and actually they will commence the boarding at 7:55, 22 minutes from now.
Okay.
So you
All
want
right.
to me?
Yeah, I want to talk to you after we turn off this.
Oh yes, Guru Maharaj. Sure.
Okay. Haribol.
Dandavat Pranam.
Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.